Did anyone saw it coming? Did anyone saw it coming? I mean, what have we just witnessed? Man United have defeated Liverpool. Man United are above Liverpool in Premier League table. Man, that is crazy. That is crazy. And Premier League has been crazy this season, and the game was exciting as hell. I mean, both the teams, entered this game without registering a win. So pressure was on. Pressure was on the both of the manager, especially Ten Hag, after, facing those shambolic defeats against Brighton and Brentford. That's why something had to be changed. And right from the start, this game seemed to be very surprising because if you look at the lineups, especially of Manchester United, where Erik Ten Hag was absolutely bold and brave to, bench down first team captain Harry Maguire, their best left back from past years, Luke Shaw, and of course the greatest goal scorer of all time, Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, Ten Hag showed some balls, to bench down these big names. And to be honest, it actually paid off. This decision to bench down these guys actually paid off later on this game. And on the other side, where Liverpool are struggling with the injuries and the lineup that Klopp put on was really not up to the mark. And I guess the players and even Klopp did underestimate Ten Hag and his playing 11. And for Ten Hag, right from the start, from selecting his playing 11 and the way his men approached or played that game was completely opposite of what Erik Ten Hag's like to do. And I think that was spot on. It was spot on because, against Liverpool, you really cannot rely on playing from the back. And I think it was brave enough of Ten Hag to allow his team or allow his men to play on their strength. And it was right approach because Erik Ten Hag also knows that with the squad he have got, it's really difficult to implement his ideas about football into this squad, and especially against Liverpool, who are best pressers in the world. Building up from the back was never gonna be option when you have David De Gea and McTominay in your squad. And that's why I think playing along with David De Gea was the safest option. And overall in this game, Man United showed some character, showed some determination and hunger. And most importantly, they got their basics right. They got their basics right against this Liverpool side who kind of started their game way too passively. And for once, I really had that question, is this really the Klopp's team? Because the first half that Liverpool played was absolutely dull because there was no creativity. And as you all know, the creativity of Liverpool mostly comes from their fullbacks and from their wingers. But in this game, the back four of Manchester United was too good for all these fullbacks like Trent Alexander-Arnold, Andy Robertson, Luis Diaz and Mo Salah. And on the right side, where Trent Alexander-Arnold or Mo Salah was playing, Malaysia, the left back, and the Lisandro Martinez absolutely pocketed both of this Mo Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold. And that's why there was no creativity in the first half and Liverpool was not that effective. And the main problem for Liverpool started from their midfield because Jordan Henderson was playing as a defensive midfielder. And in general, a defensive midfielder needs some good positioning, he needs discipline and ability to read the game really properly. And most importantly, he needs a good passing range and also defensive attributes. But Henderson lacks all of that because I don't see him as a defensive midfielder. He's more of a box-to-box midfielder. And that's why starting Henderson over Fabinho on that position was really surprising for me because Fabinho is someone who plays with authority on that position over there. When Liverpool started playing out from the back, Manchester United pressed quite well and very aggressively, and with having Jordan Henderson as a defensive midfielder, Liverpool was kind of struggling to move the ball forward, and that's why Roberto Firmino started dropping deep to form as a double pivot with Jordan Henderson. And that just shows how terrible were Liverpool's midfield, especially in that first half. And that's why Liverpool lacked the controller in this game. They were like missing a player like Thiago who can control the tempo of the game. And not only is this game, they are missing such kind of player from like past two games. And on the other side, Manchester United, as I said, did all the basics right. They were winning duels, aerial duels, they were winning second balls, and also whenever they got the ball, they were moving that ball very quickly with one clear intention to exploit the spaces that fullbacks of Liverpool were leaving behind whenever they were pressing high up on the pitch. And well, the first goal of Manchester United came itself from that left flank. It was good 1-2 between Scott McTominay and Anthony Elanga. And again, Trent Alexander-Arnold not good enough to track down that Elanga who cuts back the ball for Jadon Sancho, and then Jadon Sancho took it so good. I mean, the finish was absolutely phenomenal. He was so cool, calm and composed. And just for a moment, when James Milner got onto the ground, look at what Van Dijk is doing. It looks like he just got the front row tickets to see Jadon Sancho scoring the goal. And that was, it's pretty basic. You gotta close him down, buddy. And literally after the goal, James Milner literally shouted at him, if you can read his lips, he really said that, man, you gotta close him down. And it was a pretty basic error from Liverpool. But yeah, that's all over Man United up to, finding an error and bounce upon it. And well, the second goal itself, it was Liverpool who was really careless in that too. A loose first touch from Jordan Henderson, I guess. He loses the ball to Martial, who was in for Anthony Elanga in the second half. Martial plays a simple through ball for Marcus Rashford, who got onto it, and boom, Man United got the 2 goals lead. And Rashford in this game was really good, and he had a good game, I think, after ages, I guess. And it was, to be honest, putting Marcus Rashford on that right side in the second half was an absolutely phenomenal decision from Erik Ten Hag, because Trent Alexander-Arnold was really struggling to cope up with the Rashford's pace and his physicality. And to be honest, like for Trent Alexander-Arnold, his attacking attributes are really good, but when it comes to defending, he looks really vulnerable. In second half, Liverpool did dominate the game, but Manchester United were too solid and compact, and that's why Liverpool couldn't create much due to how close United players were set up. But I think after substitutions, when Fabinho and Carvalho got in, the game changed a lot. And I think Fabinho, as you expect from him, he was playing with that authority in that position. He was moving the ball quickly up front, and which is something was lacking in the first half for Liverpool. And also, when fullbacks or the wingers of Liverpool were stretching that Manchester United's deep low block setup, Carvalho was getting into those half spaces or little pockets of spaces, and he was, making good 1-2s with the fullbacks, especially with Trent Alexander-Arnold and Mohamed Salah. But still, Liverpool couldn't create much out of it, and credit to Malaysia and Lisandro Martinez, who literally, soaked all that pressure from the right side. And it's safe to say that they both pocketed Mohamed Salah, even though Liverpool got back into the game thanks to the goal by Mohamed Salah, who no matter what always score against Manchester United, especially at Old Trafford. But still, Manchester United were able to hold on to their lead, and hence they got their first victory of the season, that too against Liverpool. And well, at any given day, this victory for any Manchester United fans would have been big. But given what they are currently facing on and off the field, this result is really massive in terms of how they would approach the season now. And whereas for Liverpool, I think the Liverpool I saw in the first half against Manchester United, it was the most anti-Liverpool playing 11 I have seen in this past few years, because there was no pressing, there was no aggressive pressing. Liverpool needs a rejuvenation in their midfield, because without Thiago, they really lack someone who can control the game. Because Thiago also used to operate as a creator who used to put those accurate long and through balls whenever the fullbacks were used to close down. But without him, they really lack some creativity through the middle of the park, and that's why they have to solve this issue as soon as possible if they want to stay in this title race. And well, for United, I think they are improved as compared to their first 2 games, but still, it's a long way to go. But in this game, Ten Hag got his tactics right, and most importantly, he got passion and determination out of this player, which is certainly a game-changing aspect. And well, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching the video. And before you go, do let me know your thoughts about the title race. What do you think? Is the title race still on? Because Liverpool is the only team who can go toe-to-toe, who competes with Manchester City for the title from past few years. But right now, if you look at the current form of Liverpool, because the way they are dropping the points, I'm quite unsure about it. And well, Arsenal is there, who are kind of in good form, but still, I don't think they are that good enough, to compete with Manchester City right now. So do let me know your thoughts about the title race. Is it already over or not? Do let me know it all in the comments down below. And as usual, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. And as usual, I'll meet you soon with another new video. Until that time, just enjoy the game.